Agenda hii ndio hapo yake. Kolamu yake ile kubwa. Sasa kolamu yake kama ni kwenda unajua hapa amebasita na kabisa. Ona hivi ile ya kwanza iko na moja iko na moja. Ajirani yote.
Ndio angekuwa nyumba yako ndipo inaina na kitu na naye mnakabaki na naye vile.
Gini, apaan? Ini saya akan mencuri. Ah, oh. Tunafanya
hapa kwenye unakaa hapa kwenye umelala. Unaona mimi nilidhania ni gasi ilikupa kutoka nje, naona moshi.
Kwa majina anaitwa Saidi Rajabu.
Heredie wakaida ka madha 24 makoba mamemomore.
Mimi nilichungulia. Nikaona hii nyumba kulikuwa na matatizo mengi. Hii nyumba iliporomoka. Yote ikaegemea nyumba nyingine. Kama haingekuwa nyumba nyingine, hii nyumba yote ingekuwa chini. Kwa hiyo mimi niliyoshuhudia yangu ni hayo. Kia mshindo kama huo tulichunguza, tuliangalia sasa hakuna mwenye amejeruhiwa. Lakini wote walitoka wakalala barabarani.
Kwa hivyo polisi waliwatoa ndio.
Polisi waliwatoa. Polisi walifanya kazi nzuri sana. Walikuwa hapa kwa wingi. Sasa walifanya hiyo kazi yote ya kuwatoa hapa. Watu wakalala kwenye magari yao mpaka asubuhi.
Kwa sasa tunangoja serikali kama inaweza kuingia kidogo, ikuje iondoe hii nyumba ndio turudi makwetu tuweze kuendelea.
Mnakaa mko tenants kama
tuko tenants wengi.
Wengi walikuwa evacuated kama
ni block mzima kama karibu 10 na kitu 12 13 hiyo. Sitaka Dennis
Twajetagwo Eunice Joki wa Macharia nini CCM kana County Executive Committee member Kiambu County in charge of lands, housing and physical planning, municipal administration and urban development. As a county, we have given a notice to the owner of this building to demolish it within 24 hours. And our team of engineers from a multi-sectoral team of engineers from the county government, the National Building Inspectorate, the Engineering Board of Kenya, and the National Construction Authority will be supervising that process. So what we normally give them is we allow them to, initially they can elect themselves someone to do that under our supervision. A contractor and it's an engineering exercise. So we need to be supervised by engineers, but they'll give us a contractor who can do that work, a different contractor from the one who was doing construction. And we are going to supervise the works as they do the demolition. The preliminary investigations now, but from a casual look at the building, of course, you can tell the foundations have failed, and that is why it has collapsed.
Do you have any other?
Thank you, sir. My name is Engineer Okere Makoha. I'm Director in charge of Compliance and Enforcement, the Engineers Board of Kenya. Collapse. What I've just seen just from there has to be an issue with foundation and even the columns. But as to know the particular cause or causes of the collapse, we have to do an investigation. That's why we have a team of structural experienced engineers from the Engineers Board of Kenya who are currently doing the assessment, and they're also going to do the investigations to determine, they will be able to share the cause of this collapse. So it's leaning to this other building, and understand the tenants have already been evacuated, and it's continuing to lean, and which means that the more it stays the way it is, then it is still a safety hazard. That is why first it has to be demolished to reduce the risk in terms of the safety. And then now, after that is when now even more tests will be done in terms of the structural integrity of the standing building, the adjacent building, to determine whether it's sound and safe for human use.
Yeah, Alex Mbogwa. I'm a consulting engineer with a consultancy firm here in Kenya. Very beginning has a duty to engage a professional engineer that is duly registered by the board and has a current practicing license. That engineer has the duty of doing the designs to make sure that the designs match what is on the ground. And one of the things that they require are investigations of the ground surfaces, what we call geotechnical investigations, which counties like Nairobi and Kiambu now are making mandatory before you can submit structural drawings. That engineer would have had now the duty of design and supervision of the construction during the construction period. One of the things that has happened, and it is a terrible situation we are in, is where we find that most of the developers do not have engineers with them, either through the design process, where they just get some people who stamp, some rogue engineers who do stamp and approve drawings and are not involved in the supervision, or they disengage the qualified and properly registered engineers and they don't engage them during supervision. Because looking at what has happened here, I can tell you, I highly doubt that it was being supervised by a registered engineer under the mandate of the Engineers Board of Kenya.